You got somebody in their feelings really bad, or you're about to get ready to have somebody's entire world turn upside down. You're the one that got away. Some of you are now stepping into your glory. You're stepping into your power. You're stepping into your energy. You're stepping into yourself. Some of you just walked away from a situation or a person that you don't realize was dimming you. Some of you were allowing a person in your life that was taking away from you who you are. You were allowing a person in your life that, in order for there to be peace, in order for things to be cool, it's almost like you had to walk around eggshells and around that person in a way that you couldn't be yourself. You couldn't shine. Some of you are naturally very confident people. Some of you are naturally attractive inside out, just good energy. And you had somebody around you that saw that. And what they thought about it, they didn't want anybody else to have access to that. Some of you were dealing with a person that it was like, they wanted to make sure that what they saw when they look at you, that beauty, that charm, that handsomeness, that whatever, they wanted to make sure that they were the only ones who knew about that. Some of y'all were dealing with a person that really kept you trapped in a shadow version or aspect of yourself. You are somebody who is meant to shine. Everybody's not going to be in alignment with that path. When I was a young woman, just coming out of college, a younger woman, I remember the first time that I realized that you could be in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, and that your partner could be insecure or jealous. And it was at that age, that relationship was like a 3-year relationship. And it took me until when I was older and I look back, I was like, oh my God, the insecurity and the jealousy was just loud, right? And that wasn't the only relationship. Like when I first became an entrepreneur, which I don't even want to say that I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, but when I had my first official business, my first LLC out of college, it was a couple relationships I had during that time. And the 2 relationships that I was in over that 5-year span of my business, it brought out nothing but insecurities in the type of guys that I was dating at the time, right? So I said that to say, it didn't take me long to learn that when you are operating on a certain level, everybody cannot go there. Everybody doesn't qualify to be a part of that. And everybody can't even take that. So some of y'all were dealing with a person that they know. Some of you already, it's 2 people I'm talking to, okay? Because some of you already knew it was who you were. You already was been doing your thing. Like some of you could be listening to this and you could be somebody who is highly influential. You could be somebody who does have like a large online following or whatever. I don't know. Whatever they calling it these days, right? But you could be somebody, and it doesn't even just have to be that. It could just be that in your city or at your job or at your school, like people know, right? People know you. So were already somebody, and I'm not saying were like it's in the past, but y'all will see why I'm saying it like that. You're somebody who already been put together, already been confident, not even on a superficial level, just genuinely. That's who you are. Somebody who you're just bright. Even if you bummed out, you still go in the room and get all the attention just from your energy. You understand what I'm saying? So some of you understand what it's like to live that way. And some of you don't realize because you was like that and you've allowed a person into your life and you're not like that anymore. Your light has dimmed. You don't dress the same. You don't do the same things. Your routine has changed. Your habits have changed. Maybe the way you dress have changed. Maybe when you go out, you used to always look and do a certain type of way or do certain things. Now maybe you're dealing with this person. You don't do that. You don't put that much into yourself. You don't have time for yourself with certain things. This is how you know that you're dealing with energy vampires. And a lot of times this will happen to you in relationships. Why? Romantic relationships, I meant to say. Because they're the closest relationships to you. And again, that yoke is true. When scripture tells us do not be unequally yoked, that's deeper than just do not be unequally yoked with non-believers. That's true too, but that spans to anything in life. If you up here and you come down and you are dealing with somebody who not only are here, but they see themselves here. If you yoke with this person, guess what's happening? They can't come up here because they're not qualified for that. It's levels to that. You got to graduate to get to that. So you end up coming down a notch. You dealing with somebody who doesn't present themselves, carry themselves, care for themselves the same way you do. What you think will happen over time? You dealing with that person. You dealing with somebody who has a negative mindset overtly or even covertly. What you think will happen now? All of a sudden, you telling this person ideas, you doing different things and nothing's landing. Every time you tell this person something, it's like something comes in the way. Or maybe you do it, but it's like, man, it could have been more successful than that. But some sabotaging energy. And some of you, you don't even realize because you haven't even been able to step into your fullness yet. You haven't even been able to step on the stage yet. And there's somebody who already saw your light and sees your light before you do. And you're allowing this person to block you and to allow you to settle. Get rid of them type of people. All right. You're dealing with a person. Some of you could have been just walking away from this. Some of you, this is confirmation because it's like, listen, that is the factor. I don't care what a person puts on. People can say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I care about you. I love you. I love that. What's the energy? Don't lie. And we have to listen to our discernment as chosen ones. You got to listen to your discernment as star seeds, light workers, whatever title we putting on it for 2026, 27, 28. Okay, whatever title. I'm going to figure out something new that we can call it next year and then see if they hop on that one too. But you, as a light being, got to understand that there's going to be a lot of factors, especially when you really hold that light. There's going to be a lot of factors in the world that try to block that out. And some of you are dealing with a circumstance where you don't even see yourself yet. You looking at me and you don't even understand. Like you haven't even seen yourself yet. And the reason I'm saying that in that way, I'm not going to get into details. I'm speaking from experience. You have no idea what God is going to do with you. You have no idea what you've been called to do. Some of you may feel shy or I'll never be able to do it. You don't know. You a superstar and you don't even know it yet. But you got somebody around you who see the light. They see it. But they don't want you to see it. And then for others of you, you already been in that. You already know who you are. You already stepped into that before, but you fallen off from that. Because you have somebody that the only way for them to really be in your orbit is for you to be dimmed down, for you to be dimmed down, not dumbed down, but whatever. Maybe for some of y'all, that might be the case. Okay, I don't know. Some of y'all could be dealing with a situation where you're dealing with a person and you let a lot of different things slide, but intellectually you know better than that. Okay, because it's something about dumbed down. Like some of y'all dealing with somebody that's just not even, you can't even just have a basic communication with them. So if you wanted to deal with that, that's on you, but that's for somebody specific, because I wasn't talking about dumbed down. But a lot of you got to be mindful of that. If you're dealing with that situation now and you let go, watch how fast you bounce. The ones I wanted to speak to at first, you have a person that you're dealing with and you're not the same person. It's because you've been around that person. Pull your energy back for a week. Pull your energy back for a few days. See what happened. If you listening to this and you like, man, I'm confused, but I don't know. Is it this person? Just the one that's to your mind that you know, which is that one. It's the one that you have discernment about. That's the person that got you dimming your light. It's not worth it. For what? When you have the right people in your life, you won't need to dim yourself. It'll make you more of that. People who are equally yoked level up together. You're not going to be with somebody that God put you when they got you settling or pulling down. Never settle. Let me say this. I'm not even going to make this video long. Never settle. Ever. 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 Never settle. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. This video I did went viral on TikTok. I'm going to say it at the end of this video. That was one of my little viral TikToks. Y'all go holler at me on TikTok. I am Kendra Justine. I'm going to do more videos on there one of these days, right? I'll be on there sometime. But one of the things that my mother always told me, and I'm on YouTube, so I'm going to give y'all more context here. I ain't going to do y'all like I did TikTok, because this is deeper than what she's saying about a person. But my mother always said, never feel sorry for a man. Never feel sorry for a man. And so I said that to say this is not just for women that I'm speaking to when I'm on Pretty Boss TV, y'all know how we get down around here. This is for the handsome bosses and pretty bosses. So this could go the other way too. What that really means is not about a man or a woman, but what that means is the day that you make decisions, and you make decisions because you feel bad for somebody. Oh, well, I do this for this person because they don't this or they don't that. That be the same person that you done dumbed yourself down for, you done settled for. You done passed up all these opportunities for the same person that you, oh, I feel bad. So you're not moving on your truth. You're settling. You're dimming yourself. You're passing up on opportunities. That same person, the moment that they get a little boost, the moment that they get in a position where they feel secure in whatever way that they don't feel secure, there's different ways to feel secure. Whenever they get in that position, that'll be the same person that turns around cold-heartedly to you and do what they need to do without feeling bad about any of your feelings. They jump ship the first opportunity they get. And then what happens? The people who call themselves empaths, the people who say, I get the short end of the stick, the people who say, why does life treat good people like this, end up feeling bad. But you know why? Because you felt sorry for somebody before you honored yourself. How you gonna feel bad for somebody more than you feel bad for yourself? If you're not equally yoked, if you're dimming your light, if it ain't what it is, if you feel like you're trapped in a box, if you feel like the juju's off, whatever it is, let it go. Because let me tell you, when you're dealing with people like that who are dimming your light, this is spiritual. That's why I'm not even getting on none of these types of people specifically. When you're dealing with people like that, what they want to do is swap destinies with you. And if that ever happens, you'll see the true nature of those people. Okay? So do you. And if you're dealing with people that, and oh, they're good people, they're so loving. If it's dimming your light, love them from a distance. Okay? This is time for sovereignty. And with that being said, the Esther Awakening is coming up September 1st through the 8th. Now, I don't know when I'm posting this video, but if y'all also want to get the Esther kits, that's available on prettybosstv.com. But if you want to get it before the event, it's a certain date you got to order it by. So it's by the 20th. I don't know when I'm going to post this video, but you got until the 20th, and then anything that's ordered in terms of kits after the 20th, then you'll get it the next month. You're not going to get it in time for this event. So I just want to let y'all know that the Esther Awakening is all about stepping into your sovereignty. It's all about being prepared for a time such as this. Let's go back to that. When we talk about Esther, let's talk about the concept of Esther, because this is real. And this is a time where it ain't time to be sleep, family. Like, you want to play with your life, you want to play with your purpose, there's consequences for that. So none of us were sent here for all of these other superficial and distracting things. Now, will we be blessed with all of it? Yes, the Most High says, seek ye first the kingdom and all his righteousness and all of these things to be added. So yeah, we get all of those things. But that's not what this is about. So think about the concept of Esther. For those of y'all who don't remember the story or don't know it or never read it. She was prepared. So one thing that this awakening is about is about making sure that you're fully consecrated and prepared. We're going to be doing consecration. That's one. We doing spiritual things, but we're preparing. Y'all know I'm holistic on Pretty Boss TV. Okay. I can't get a whole event away. So we doing the consecration. Now, when you think about Esther, what were they doing? They were being prepared. She was being prepared for months to then be presented before the king so he could choose a wife. So it wasn't just Esther, but it was many women being consecrated, prepared with oils for months, and then presented to the king. So now all of this happens. Esther's consecrated, right? That's what many of you, this is time for consecration. But again, transformation, alchemy, sovereignty. That's what we do over here on Pretty Boss TV. Okay. So even if you're in any of those stages, some of y'all could be just coming out the transformation. Some of y'all just in that space where it's like, man, I'm not going through what I was going through, but what's next? This is perfect. Esther, after she was prepared, after she was prepped, after she was consecrated, then what happened? She went before the king with the other young ladies, right? Then what happens? She gets chosen. But what did she get chosen for? It looked like, oh, she's the queen. She's the chosen one. Oh, her oils smell better than everybody else's oils. What her oils did to the king. But why she really got chosen? Because the Most High allowed her to get chosen. Why? Because she was sent there for a particular purpose. Not just for marriage to be playing with Buddy. She was sent there to be the stop of a whole group of people being exterminated. And it wasn't so simple like how I just made it sound. She was taking a huge risk. Could have backfired on her real bad if the king responded in a different way by doing that. So not only was she sent there, she thought, oh, I'm married. But then when she got there, she realized, no, we still on kingdom work. So this is a time and a season that is to be prepared. It's to be mentally prepared. It's not to be strayed, distracted. None of those things. None of those things. We live in a very particular time right now. And this is not even just to talk about the dispensation that we're in. We're talking about just this decade. We're just talking about worldly things. We're living in a very particular time, and everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's, especially those who have that light inside of them. You're going to be moved. You're going to be called in certain ways. So don't let anybody dim you or your light. Not only are they negatively affecting your life and those closest to you, but the hundreds, the thousands, and for some of you, millions of people that you're meant to touch, that your light is supposed to reach. And if you ever have to dim your light for anybody, that ain't your person. Okay. We have our event coming up, like I said, September 1st through the 8th. All the links are below. ESTHER Awakening. Where my Esther's at? Let me know. Okay. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Y'all willing. Peace.